evening I given, and few NCERT question and answers. So we need to discuss still. See here, NCERT question and answers. So we are going to discuss. That is very important questions. We can say, already we discussed this question, but once again I am telling, why is sodium kept immersed in kerosene oil? Kerosene oil. That is because sodium reacts so vigorously with oxygen that it catches fire when kept in the opens. Then hence, to protect accidental fires, it is kept immersed in kerosene oil. Then next, another question, that is page number 46. Like we can say, this is maybe a textbook change. NCERT textbook, class 10th CBSE. In textbook questions, that is second question is write equations for the reactions of iron with steam, and second one is calcium and potassium with water. Then iron with steam nothing but like iron formula is 3Fe plus 4H2O, water molecules Fe3O4, iron oxide plus hydrogen 4H2O we can write. That is first equation. Then second one is calcium and potassium with water. Calcium and potassium with water. Calcium symbol is Ca plus water formula is very well 2H2O, gives rest CaOH, calcium hydroxide plus H2. Then another one is potassium 2K plus 2H2O, we can write gives rest 2KOH plus H2. That is the question number 2. Then next, very important, that is question number 3. Question number 3 very important, that is samples of 4 metals. This question is every time it is going to come. Samples of 4 metals A, B, C and D were taken and added to the following solution. One by one, the results obtained have been tabulated as follows. Metal, iron sulfide, metal, like we can say metal A, metal B, metal C, metal D. Then iron sulfate, like no reaction, displacement, no reaction, no reaction. But copper sulfate, displacement, no reaction and no reaction. Zinc sulfate, like metal A, it doesn't give reaction, but no reaction, no reaction, no reaction, metal B, C and D. And silver nitrate also, question is, this is only question only, metal A, metal B doesn't give any reaction, but metal C is displacement and metal D is no reaction. Here very understanding, like you have to understand this question. Use the table above to answer the following questions about metals A, B, C and D. These first question is, which is the most reactive metal? Always this question is always so many members they will skip, they will not give. And the second question is, what would you observe if B is added to a solution of copper 2 sulfate? Then question 3, arrange the metals A, B, C and D in the order of decreasing reactivity. This question is very important. I am going to give answer one by one. See here, even orally also I am going to explain clearly. Metal A, whenever reaction with copper sulfate, actually copper sulfate crystals are blue color crystals. CuSO4 copper sulfate, CuSO4 name is copper sulfate, and it is look like blue crystals. Metal A, whenever reaction with copper sulfate, it will happen to displacement. That means A is more reactive than copper. The next, second point, B plus FeSO4 iron sulfate. Metal B, whenever reaction with iron sulfate FeSO4, it gives rest, we can write displacement. That means B is more reactive than iron. B is more reactive than iron. Then next, third case, metal B plus ZnS for zinc sulfate gives rest, no reaction will give. No reaction will give. That means B is less reactive. That means metal B is less reactive than zinc. Then next, another point, that another question, metal C plus iron sulfate FeSO4, it will give no reaction. That means metal C, metal C is less reactive than iron. Then next point, metal C plus copper sulfate gives rest, no reaction. That means metal C is less reactive than copper. Then next point, metal C plus ZnS for zinc sulfate gives rest, no reaction. That means metal C is less reactive than zinc. Then next point, metal C plus silver nitrate formula is AgNO3. Silver nitrate formula is AgNO3. Gives rest, it will give displacement reaction. That means we can say that metal C is more reactive than silver. Then next question point, metal D plus iron sulfate FeSO4 gives rest, or oblique we can say metal D plus iron sulfate or copper sulfate or zinc sulfate or silver nitrate. If you add, then it will finally we can say no reaction. That means metal D is less reactive than iron, copper, zinc and silver. Once again I am repeating, this is very very important. Metal D plus, that means adding iron sulfate, copper sulfate, zinc sulfate, silver nitrate, then gives rest, no reaction. That means metal D is less reactive than iron, copper, zinc and silver. We can say total this question from the above equations we obtain, we can say most reactive, least reactive and moderate reactive series. Why? Because first highest most reactive is zinc, then metal B, iron, metal A, copper, metal C, silver and D. That means least reactive is metal D, most reactive is metal B. That means we can say that answer is B is the most reactive metal. Metal B is the most reactive metal. Second point, we can say if B is added to a solution of copper 2 sulfate, then it would displace metal B plus CuSO4 copper sulfate gives rest, displacement. Final answer we can use, that is third question, the arrangement of the metals in the order of decreasing reactivity, that is metal B is greater than metal A, greater than metal C, greater than metal D. That means highest reactive element is metal B and lowest reactive element is, that is metal D. That is this question is very very important. Always it is chances to ask. Okay, then next important, we can say whatever NCERT textbook is there, important concept anodizing is a process of forming a thick oxide layer of aluminum. Even after completion my oral explanation, I will send you each and every video wise clearly I will mention from which topic to which topic I thought and which question to which question I given. Everything I will write in description column. Okay, I will write description column each and every thing after, but right now I cannot write because maybe my video also I made private. Okay, after completion video, then I will make public, then everything I will give in description column. Okay, see, anodizing in this chapter, anodizing is a process of forming a thick oxide layer of aluminum. Then aluminum develops a thin oxide layer when exposed to air. This aluminum oxide coat makes it resistant to further corrosion. See, once again I am repeating, this aluminum oxide formula is Al2O3. Coat makes it resistance to further corrosion. The resistance can be improved further by making the oxide layer thicker. During anodizing, a clean aluminum particles is made the anode and is electrolyzed with dilute sulfuric acid. The oxygen gas evolved at the anode reacts with aluminum to make a thicker protective oxide layer. This oxide layer can be dyed easily. Dyed, D-Y-E-D. Dyed means in like we can say textile industry we can use. The oxide layer can be dyed easily to give aluminum articles an attractive finish. Okay. Then next one more important concept, that is, see, NCERT textbook, whatever they like orange box, these all are very. Next, another one is aqua regia. Aqua regia in Latin for meaning royal water. Aqua regia, another name is royal water. See, is a freshly prepared mixture of concentrated hydrochloric acid and concentrated nitric acid in the ratio of 3:1. 3:1. It can dissolve gold even though neither of these acids can do so alone. Aqua regia is a highly corrosive. Like a fuming liquid. It is one of the few reagents that is able to dissolve gold and platinum also. It can dissolve in aqua regia. Okay, then you have to remember that ratio 3:1. 3% of HCl, 1% HNO3 nitric acid. It is said to be aqua regia. Okay. Then next, another, you have to remember one more thing, that is reactivity series. The reactivity series always is a list of metals arranged in the order of their decreasing reactivity. After performing displacement experiments, we can last time we given displacement question, that is highest reactive element is potassium. See, just I am giving one code. Please stop calling me a zebra. Instead, learn how copper save me gold. Once again I am repeating, please stop calling me a zebra. Instead, learn how copper me save gold. That is according textbook pattern. Why? Because please, potassium, K. Stop, sodium, Na symbol. Calling is calcium. Me means magnesium. A zebra. A means aluminium. Zebra zinc. And instead means iron. Learn means lead. Then how means hydrogen. H. First letter is H, hydrogen. How? Copper, me. Copper symbol is copper. Cuprum, Cu. Me means mercury. Mercury symbol is Hg. Save gold. Copper me save gold. Save silver. Silver symbol is Ag. Then gold symbol is Au. That is, you have to remember this only NCERT textbook pattern. Some other materials they given different like reactivity series, but that is don't consider. Why? Because according to textbook only, they are going to give CBSE board marks. Okay, as it is whatever there in textbook, that pattern you should follow. Okay, that is here most reactive element is potassium, sodium and calcium, and reactive moderate reactive elements are, we can say, aluminum, zinc, iron, lead. Then next, copper, hydrogen, which is the hydrogen down, that is like we can say copper, mercury, silver and gold. These all are, we can say, least reactive elements, least reactive elements. Then next, fourth question answer we should give D8. Why? Because for fourth question we should give, that is which gas is produced when dilute hydrochloric acid is added to a reactive metal. Write the chemical reaction when iron reacts with a dilute sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Hydrogen gas is evolved when dilute hydrochloric acid is added to a reactive metal. When iron reacts with the dilute H2SO4 iron 2 sulfate, with the evolution of hydrogen gas is formed. Like we can say iron symbol is Fe plus Fe, iron is solid, plus sulfuric acid formula is H2SO4 aqueous gives rest, iron sulfate aqueous plus H2O, water is not water, hydrogen gas is giving. Once again I am repeating this equation: iron solid plus H2SO4 sulfuric acid aqueous gives rest, iron sulfate FeSO4 aqueous plus hydrogen gas is, this is one of the equation. Then next, fifth question NCERT questions. Fifth question, then what would you observe when zinc is added to a solution of iron 2 sulfate? Write the chemical reaction that takes place. Here we can say zinc is more reactive than iron. Therefore, if zinc is added to a solution of iron 2 sulfate, then it would displace iron from the solution. That is, we can say zinc solid plus iron sulfate FeSO4 aqueous gives rest ZnSO4 zinc sulfate aqueous plus iron solid. This is the equation of fifth question answer. Then next, here you have to remember that noble gases like electronic configuration of some elements we have to give, because morning only exam. I think that is why somebody, maybe they cannot listen in classroom properly, but all people not having, I think, subscribe. If you are subscribed, then you can listen live classes. If you have even doubt also, you can ask. I think it is option there, this you can ask in description column, or right now live you can ask. I think it is their column. Chat filter community, chat all messages, hide all chat, all messages, show every message including potential spam, show most message with potential spam, remove all messages. I given option, you can send message also. Okay, why? Because community moderate, live on priority mode, anyone message delay known, show mode. Limits participants to the specific people who have approved users on desktop. No, I am not giving. Anyone can participate and send me. You can suggest me, not issue. The next, electronic configuration of some elements. Why? Because type of element, that is first noble gases. What are the noble gases is there? First you can see helium is helium, neon, argon. So like periodic table 18th group, that is 18th group, we can say noble gases. 18th group or zero group, or another name is noble gases, are inactive elements. Inactive elements: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These all we can say noble gases. But noble gases element name and symbol and atomic number and electronic configuration you have to identify. Electronic configuration: noble gases always last Akari cell, it is there, last cell is having 8 electrons except helium. Why? Because helium is duplicate configuration. Helium is duplicate configuration. Helium symbol is He, then atomic number is 2, then number of electrons in K cell is 2. Then next, neon element symbol is element name of element is neon, symbol is Ne, then atomic number is 10, then number of K cell is 2 electrons, number of L cell is 8 electrons. Then next, argon. Argon element symbol is Ar, and atomic number is 18, number of electrons in K cell 2 electrons, and L cell is 8 and M cell is 8. The next, few metals. So what are the metals electronic configuration? Like we can say metals: sodium. Sodium is atomic number is 11, then K cell is 2 electrons, L cell is 8 electrons, M cell is 1 electron. Then magnesium, atomic number is 12, then number of electrons of K cell is 2, then L M 8, then M is 2, M is 2, that is magnesium. Then next, aluminum is 13, 2, 8, 3 we can write. Potassium K 19, like 2, 8, 8, 1 we can write. Calcium is Ca 20, atomic number 2, 8, 8, 2 we can write. Then next, non-metals. Non-metals we can say nitrogen. Nitrogen atomic number is 7, then 2, 5 we can write. Oxygen is atomic number is 8, then 2, 6, then fluorine 9, then 2, 7. Phosphorus 15, that is 2, 8, 5. Then sulfur 16, 2, 8, 6. Chlorine 17, like 2, 8, 7 we can give, that is electronic configurations of that. Then next, see melting point and boiling points. Concept is melting point and boiling point of concepts. Here highest melting point is sodium chloride. Highest melting point is calcium oxide. In this table they given melting and boiling points of some ionic compounds. Ionic compounds example is sodium chloride NaCl, and lithium chloride, calcium chloride, calcium oxide, and magnesium chloride. These all are, we can say, ionic compounds. But here which is the highest melting point? Melting point calcium oxide is 2850 Kelvin, that is melting point. Then next, second one is sodium chloride NaCl 1074. Then next, third one calcium chloride 1045. Okay. Then next, fourth place is magnesium chloride. Magnesium chloride is 981 melting point. Then least one, lithium chloride, is 887. Then next, boiling points also you should remember. Boiling points also we can say highest melting point which is there, that is also the given boiling point 3120. Calcium oxide also highest 3120. Then after that, then 1900, that is calcium chloride. But here changes happen. Boiling point is calcium chloride is 1900. Then another one is like 1686 sodium chloride. Then next, magnesium chloride 1685. Then lithium chloride 1600. This is the melting and boiling points. Then next, extraction of metals. Very important, that is define mineral. What is the mineral definition? This concept my students always they are asking doubt. Sir, extraction of metals is very difficulty, and we want to listen. But that is why I define the mineral: those substances which are formed inside the earth. Inside the earth is crushed naturally, which could be made of a single element or a compound, are called minerals. Once again I am repeating: define the mineral: those substances which are formed inside the earth crust naturally, which could be made of a single element or a compound or called mineral. Then next, what is the definition of ore definition? Those minerals from which a particular metal can be extracted profitably are called ores. That means commercially if you are bringing, that is ore. That means we can say which is profitably or which is commercially used, that is known as ore. Okay, ore definition I am once again repeating: those minerals from which a particular metal can be extracted profitably or commercially are called ores. Okay, the understand, like we can say, the undesirable impurities present in the ore are called gong or matrix. Okay, that is also very important. Then next to copper sulfate we will call dark gray to black, that is chalcosite also we will call copper sulfate. Formula is Cu2s chalcosite, or dark gray to black. Then next, another one is roasting and calcination, and thermite also important. Then it will over brief explanation, that is our, like I am not reading total textbook, because important points and important question and answers I am giving. Okay, molten state, what is the, so many people, so many students, they are asking always, what is the molten state, sir? What is the molten state? The liquid state of a particular solid substance. It is known as molten state. Okay, then next, roasting. Next one is, what is the roasting? See, we can say the sulfide ores are converted into oxides by heating strongly in the presence of excess air. This process is known as roasting. See, the sulfide ores are converted into oxides by heating strongly in the presence of excess air. This process is known as roasting. The carbonate ores are changed into oxides by heating strongly in limited air. This process is known as calcination. Say roasting and calcination. Roasting is the sulfide ores are converted into oxides by heating strongly in the presence of excess air. But like we can say, calcination, the carbonate ores are changed into oxides by heating strongly in limited air. Okay, this process is known as calcination. The chemical reaction that takes place, like roasting and calcination. Roasting is, we can say, sulfide ores means, example is zinc sulfide we can give. Zinc sulfide plus oxygen, 3O2 gas, excess heat, then zinc oxide and sulfur dioxide. Then next, another one is calcination. Calcination formula we can give zinc carbonate solid ZnCO3. Zinc carbonate formula is ZnCO3 solid. In the presence of heat, zinc oxide and carbon dioxide, it will split. Then that is known as, we can say, calcination. The metal oxides are then reduced to the corresponding metals by using suitable reducing agents such as carbon. For example, when zinc oxide is heated with carbon, it is reduced to metallic zinc. How it will form? See, like we can say ZnO, zinc oxide solid plus carbon solid, then gives rest zinc solid plus carbon monoxide, that is gas, it will form. The next, extracting metals towards the top of the activity series. Here there is a textbook, they given electrolytic refining of copper. The electrolyte is a solution of acidified copper sulfate. The anode is impure copper, whereas the cathode is a stripe of pure copper. On passing electric current, pure copper is deposited on the cathode. Pure copper is deposited on cathode. This diagram is very very important. I will show. Actually, I don't have stand. I will bring whenever I am bringing that stand, then I will show that properly what is the diagram, and I will explain what is their cathode. Always you should remember cathode is left side and anode is right side according CBSE textbook. Then next cathode is gaining electrons, then then anode is losing electron. Anode is losing electron. Like we can say acidified copper sulfate solution. Copper sulfate solution is acidified or base. They will ask acidified, you should remember. Then Cu2 plus, then impurities anode is mud. Impurities anode is mud. That is here. Next corrosion. Next corrosion and prevention of corrosion is there. Then one more thing I need to discuss, that is orange color box, that is pure gold known as 24 karat. Pure gold is known as 24 gold is a very soft. It is therefore not suitable for making jewelry. It is alloyed with either silver or copper to make it hard. Generally in India 22 karat gold is used for making ornaments. It means that 22 parts of pure gold is alloyed with 2 parts of either copper or silver. This is very very important. Then next amalgam. Actually main important one more question is amalgam. If one of the metal is mercury, if the one of metal is mercury, then the alloy is known as an amalgam. Like we can say, if one of the metal is mercury, another metal nothing but another metal whatever may be, like silver, copper, zinc or non-metal, whatever may be, if one of the metal is mercury, then the alloy is known as amalgam. Like the electrical conductivity melting point of an alloy is less than that of pure metals. For example, like brass, an alloy of copper and zinc. Brass, an alloy of copper and zinc. And bronze, an alloy of copper and tin. Copper symbol is Cu, you know, but tin symbol so many members you don't know, that is symbol is Sn. Sn means stannum. Okay, Sn means stannum. Are not good conductors of electricity, whereas copper is used for making electrical circuits. Then next to solder. Solder, an alloy of lead and tin. Lead symbol is Pb, tin symbol is Sn, has a low melting point and is used for welding electrical wires together. Okay, that is solder. You should remember this. Then next the wonder of ancient Indian metallurgy. The iron pillar near the Qutub Minar in Delhi was built more than 1600 years ago by the iron workers of India. They had developed a process which prevented iron from rusting. For its quality of rust resistance, it has been examined by scientists from all parts of the world. The iron pillar is 8-meter high and weighs 6 tons. That means 6000 kgs. This is one of the wonderful. See the wonder of ancient Indian metallurgy. This is the metals and non-metals. If anything, if I am missing here, then I will explain in classroom also. This is the metals and non-metals. Clear images. What are the important questions and what are the important definitions, and I given just orally only. Then once again I will give proper video also, I will make properly. Then I will send video also. Whoever, if you want to utilize, you can utilize. Okay. Kindly stay with us, like subscribe and share it. This is not that much useful, but you can subscribe and you can share it to your friends, and stay along with us. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Good.